the refs are going to allow Browner to be that way in the secondary if he goes on either Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, or even Wes Welker.
Right. Browner is a very aggressive defensive back. It's why they brought him in.
Yeah.
And he did have 2 penalties against him. And I don't want to stop him from doing that. I want him to continue to be aggressive, although he recognizes that, look, I know you never want to have a penalty. You just don't want to take a penalty for your team at any time.
But it's just the way I play.
But it's how he plays.
My nature.
And I don't
That's
want.
how I
That's
play the
exactly
game.
right. And you're familiar with that
Yes.
beast, right?
Yes.
Because it's more like a hockey beast.
Yes. That's speaking my language, Jimmy.
I knew you.
We'll get to hockey later.
I knew I was. All right. Let's go back to the Gronk for a second. Rob Gronkowski, 3 touchdowns, including that romp that was in the second half that really put the game away for the Patriots. He was targeted. This is what I find really amazing. He was targeted 9 times,
And he caught all of them.
Hang on a second. We had that little sign that said "on," and now I don't know which is on and oh. I'm like trying to figure out which camera's on. Is it that one? That one. Hi
That
there.
one.
How are you? See, now you can
Hi.
look at the camera. Okay. So Gronkowski was targeted 9 times, and he made 9 catches. Brady threw 30 of 35 passes. There was 2 drops by Julian Edelman. There was a drop by, I think, Shane Vereen.
Doubting him. He comes out with a game like this.
So pissed. Well, you know what?
He gets mad.
He does get mad because he's one of the most fierce competitors.
And that's what,
and
throughout
everybody-
history, the best have always done this.
And because he works so hard making sure he improves. And that's another thing that I saw
TB12.
about Tom Brady, is the fact that he's now able to feel the pressure. Not only is he stepping up, but he's stepping up and moving and throwing the ball, which even he admitted was something he had to work on. And that's really the test and a great characteristic of great players,
instead
because
of
they're not
blaming-
satisfied with their performance.
And I like how he doesn't pin everything on his receivers like other quarterbacks like to do. And I really, come on, you're a team. It's all your faults.
No,
If you screw up.
Yeah, I agree. But he also gives credit to his offensive line
yeah,
because he
definitely.
knows if they keep him, if he has time to throw
Yeah.
and go through his progressions, he's going to be dynamite. He's going to be the best quarterback of all time, which he has played too.
And another thing with Brady is he's trusting his receivers more. He went, I think it was 11 receptions for LaFell.
Yep.
He did go to Gronk a lot, but he was expanding, outside of Gronkowski and Edelman. He's now trusting his receivers more. He thinks, when you throw it to Brandon LaFell, he's going to catch it every time. So I think that was key for Brady to get on the same page as his receivers. Because when they do get on the same page, Chicago Bears could have
Watch
kissed
out.
it goodbye.
So if you're game planning for the Patriots next week, if you're Denver and you're coming in here and you want to take away one thing from the Patriots offense, you're going to put in certain formations and for different situations, but you want to take away one thing. What's the one thing you would try to take away from the Patriots offense next
The
week?
beast, Rob Gronkowski.
Which may mean you have to put 2 or 3
Yeah.
guys on him at all times.
Yes.
I think with me, what I would do
I don't think you
is
can.
I would
You can try.
You can try.
I would try and blitz the offense as much, because we know when Brady does not get the time, he does not throw accurately. He has to keep scrambling out of the pocket and looking for receivers, and sometimes they won't be there and he'll throw them away. And with an incredible defensive end like DeMarcus Ware, with a great linebacker like Von Miller, Denver is able to do that. So if you can give Brady less time to get the ball out of his hands, Denver should be pretty good with their defense.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. 2. Any idea what that means?
The 2
Let's give them
cameras
2
working.
cameras are working. 2 minutes left in the segment. Oh, because we're timing our segments. Okay, all right. I get it. No, that's good. I like that. It's all right. It's loose. We're trying to figure out this whole thing. Because we don't have. When you guys eventually get hired, okay, you're going to have these little earpieces called IFBs.
Yes.
Which stands for Intermittent Frequency Broadcast, which, by the way, was a actually
when you were
no, but it was a answer to a question on a quiz that I gave at Curry College.
Oh.
So if you end up there and you end up in one of my classes, IFB stands for intermittent frequency broadcasting.
Do I get a prize if I
Sure,
get it right?
absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got a prize right here.
Oh, I
Sorry.
got it right just now.
Jimmy
And
Ryan's
I-
brought his prizes in.
All
We're
right.
going to give them out.
And I would like to say, when we have short time, I'd like to say some more about the Chicago Bears. Bears are on the
Stink.
yes, they are on the decline.
Yeah, I like
I
Cutler.
don't think Cutler is the right quarterback for him because he's
don't
too
like Cutler?
inconsistent. And I will say, it's just one of those games where you couldn't win. For example, I'm sure many of you know, Lamar Houston celebrating a sack on Jimmy Garoppolo.
Go ahead.
And he
Enjoy
tears
it.
his ACL and he is done for the year.
That is hilarious.
That tells you that your team just cannot win,
That's a
no matter
I'm
what.
sorry.
You cannot win even when you celebrate.
I'm not one to laugh at other people's misfortune, but that was pretty funny.
You know what, though? I can laugh at that misfortune because he's a bonehead for doing that.
Yeah.
Okay?
When your team is down by that much, you don't do that.
Absolutely. Not to mention the fact
Scoreboard, pal.
that... That's right. I said, I was like, he's dancing. I'm like, what are you dancing about? You're down by a lot. Okay.
Scoreboard.
So you guys know that our old friend Lauren Screeden
Of course,
yes.
is
Lauren.
a big Bears fan.
Oh,
Bears.
how's it feel, Lauren?
She would not bet on the game with me. No wagers, okay?
Uh-huh.
And she said to me in a text during the game, I'm seriously running out of ways to tastefully report on the Bears. Absolutely stinking. She used another word, but I'm not going to
Well,
use
you
that.
know, I would like to bet her that the Bruins will beat the Blackhawks in their one regular season meeting this year. Or two, because every team goes to every arena twice.
And if you lose, will you wear a Blackhawks t-shirt
I
like
will.
I did?
I will.
Okay, you'll look
And I
better
do
in
have
it.
a hat to add on with it.
All right.
I'm just saying, be careful
that
what you
is-
wish for.
That'll wrap up our Patriots segment. 'cause